News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Denise Pellegrini. The global sell-off continues with drops for stocks in the Middle East on worries about the trade war, recession, and the drop in global oil prices. Mira Pandit, global market strategist at JP Morgan Investment Management, says the economic data could look worse in the coming months as reality sinks in.
Any strong economic data we get over the next month, which reflects a pre-tariff environment, is probably going to be dismissed by the market. So it will be a period of time before we actually start to see things in the data.
And Pandit there on the Bloomberg Intelligence podcast, which you can download wherever you get your podcasts. Investors in Asia, meantime, bracing for what could be an ugly trading day. After a long weekend holiday in China and Hong Kong, new 10% tariffs on U.S. trading partners did go into effect early yesterday, and the Trump administration is indicating higher U.S. tariffs on some countries will replace them on Wednesday. China says it will put 34% tariffs on U.S. goods in effect this coming week. It's all triggering major worries about the global economy. And billionaire Elon Musk, though, Tesla CEO and head of President Trump's DOGE cost-cutting efforts, says he hopes for a zero tariff system between the U.S. and Europe.
I hope it is agreed that both Europe and the United States should move, ideally, in my view, to a zero tariff situation, effectively creating a free trade zone between Europe and North America. That would be that's what I hope occurs.
Musk commenting to Italy's Deputy Prime Minister Matteo Salvini. He commented to a gathering of the right-wing League Party in Florence, Italy, where he also said he hopes for a deeper partnership between the U.S. and Europe and greater mobility for those wishing to work in either the U.S. or Europe. JP Morgan Chase says it expects the U.S. economy to fall into a recession this year after accounting for the likely impact of tariffs announced this week by the Trump administration. More from Bloomberg's Charlie Pellett.
In a note to clients, the bank's chief U.S. economist, Michael Feroli, said, quote, "We now expect real GDP to contract under the weight of the tariffs, and for the full year, we now look for real GDP growth of negative 0.3%, down from 1.3% previously." President Trump's announcement Wednesday of major tariffs on American trading partners around the world sent the S&P 500 index of U.S. stocks to its lowest level in 11 months, wiping out $5.4 trillion of market value in just 2 trading sessions. In New York, Charlie Pellett, Bloomberg Radio.
Thank you, Charlie. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu will meet with President Trump in Washington tomorrow. The plan is to discuss a better tariff deal for Israel and other issues, including the war in Gaza and also Syria's situation and the Iran nuclear program. The meeting prompted by the 17% tariff the U.S. is due to impose on some Israeli goods, which Netanyahu hopes to escape or reduce. Deadly storms in the U.S., at least 16 dead in flooding and tornadoes as storms lash the area from Texas to Ohio. And it's not over yet, according to Bloomberg meteorologist Craig Allen.
Yet another tornado watch is in effect for a vast area that runs from south of Chattanooga down through Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, and all the way to Hattiesburg, Mississippi. It will severely affect travel on the ground from I-20 down to I-10. North-south routes such as I-65, I-75. Air travel will be hampered as well, with thousands of flights likely being delayed or canceled.
Bloomberg meteorologist Craig Allen there. Protesters in the U.S. rallying against President Trump and Elon Musk, seeking to defend the country from an administration they say threatens basic civil rights. Pittsburgh Mayor Ed Gainey among those protesting.
We cannot continue to deal with the threats of ICE on immigration. We cannot continue to deal with the threats on DEI. We cannot continue to deal with the threats to HUD. We cannot continue to deal with the threats to Social Security.
And they were some of the largest demonstrations of public opposition since Trump's second term kicked off last year. And that's News When You Want It with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Denise Pellegrini, and this is Bloomberg.